faith over feelings because people be in their feelings. People let their emotions take control of their decisions. And a lot of times when them emotions get control of your body, we tend to make bad decisions on emotions. That one moment messes up your whole life, possibly. One bad decision can mess up your whole life. So we named Project Faith Over Feelings. Now, I'm excited about this one because even my mom called me and was like, oh, faith over feelings. Why not faith over fear? And I was like, I get it. That's good. I like that. I did faith over feelings because I want people to know that regardless of how you feeling in the moment, in that moment, or you feeling these emotions or whatever the case is in that moment, however you feeling, we should, try your best to lean more on God. Have faith in God that He's gonna get you through and that He's about to get you through, just like He always do. And sometimes our feelings and emotions, we get tied up in those, and we get so caught up in the moment, and we ended up making a decision, and later on, sometimes regretting it. So faith over feelings. How strong is your faith in God? Your faith in God can keep you going through the hardest times. Your faith in God will have you walking miles because your faith know that down these road, down these miles, God got something for me. Faith will have you happy in the moment, even when everything is not going your way. Just because you already know that certain things have to happen in order to get to certain goals. Now, the Bible, we put Bible verse Hebrews 11:1 on the cover art. Now, if you go visit my page, JD Fisher _, click the link in the bio. It'll bring up all of these links. You can either go to my website or you can just go straight to the song. And if you go to the song, click on the cover art, which was done by us as well. We put Hebrews 11:1, right? And I wanted to go through that with you all today, just so you can kind of understand where we're coming from. Everything that we're doing with this project is meaningful. Our walk with God now is everything is on purpose. Everything in place is purposeful. It's on purpose. It's meaningful. It has something to do with the story, has something to do with God, has something to do with the goal of, like I said, the story that we're trying to portray. All right? So we're going to go to Hebrews chapter 11. We're going to start at verse 1 now. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. So some of this stuff we ain't gonna see because some of this stuff is spiritual. Faith. By faith Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying of his gifts, and by it being dead yet speaketh. We all know what happened with Cain and Abel. Cain, he committed the first murder on this earth, killed his brother, and his brother's blood was crying out. And, Jesus came and asked where, Abel was, and Cain said, am I my brother's keeper? Yes, you are your brother's keeper. What you talking about? What you talking about? That's another story about faith. All right, we're going to get into another story now. This is verse 5. By faith, Enoch. We all know who Enoch is. All right, do we know who Enoch is? Put it in the comments if you do know who he is. If you do know who Enoch is, what do you know about him? What you know about Enoch? You talking about you know Enoch. What you know about Enoch? If you don't know, let's do some research. You know, head over to your local YouTube. Head over to YouTube, Google, open the Bible up, whatever you got to do. Let's learn some more about Enoch. Now, verse 5 said, by faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found because God has translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased God. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Seek God. Seek God is the first thing we all should be doing when we're trying to seek out God. Seek out an answer. We're trying to change life over. We need to be learning about God. We need to be opening up this Bible. That's just one reason why I got away from social media for a whole year and a half straight. Nothing on my phone but YouTube. And with those YouTube videos, I was doing this, what I'm doing right now. I was just telling my testimony. I would open the Bible up and I would read a script and I would say what I think it meant to me. And people would comment, we would fellowship, people would correct me, and I would say thank you for correcting me. And we would fellowship, subscribe to each other, follow each other, keep up with each other's pages, whatever the case is. But we're learning more about God. We're trying to seek out Jesus. We're trying to learn who Jesus is. Because you can't expect to be down here on earth having fun, living la vida loca, partying, doing everything, crypto, money, stocks, whatever the case is, working, 9 to 5, hustling, grinding, sports, music, whatever the case is. You can't be down here on earth not spending time with God, but then you want to go to heaven talking about I'm trying to spend eternity in heaven with Jesus, and then like you ain't even spend 5 minutes on earth with Jesus, yet alone even trying to seek out who Jesus was. So how can you expect? I'm not the judging, but I'm just saying, some stuff we got to really think about. Is make sure we spending time, and it's never the right time. It's never the right time. It's never the right time. You have to make time. Dedication. Here go another story of faith. Verse 7, by faith, Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet. I said enough right there. By faith, Noah. We know who Noah is. Do we know who Noah is? If you know who Noah is, you already know what I'm about to say. What you know about Noah? What you know about Noah? You say you know Noah. Tell me what you know about Noah in the comments. If you don't know who Noah is, let's head to your local YouTube or to your local Bible and open up that Bible. Let's get to know about Noah, because you should know who Noah is. I would hope we all know who Noah is. Some more of these people in the Bible that we're going to learn about, and I'm still a student, so I'm still learning. But come on, y'all. Y'all should know who Noah's Ark. Come on, man. The flood. All right. By faith, Noah, being warned of God of things not seen yet. Noah could have been out there. He could have got that vision from God, and he could have been drinking his smoking whatever, and he could have just been like, oh man, I had a daydream about something crazy. And then he could have just went on about his business. It's like, whatever, that was just a daydream. I was just daydreaming. That ain't nothing. I'm just tripping, man. I'm tripping, man. My mind playing tricks on me. I'm tripping. If Noah wanted to listen to that, imagine. You see what I'm saying? By faith, Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. You see what I'm saying? So he believed what God told him, but he had to have discernment. Discernment don't just come to you just because, oh, I'm in the dirt. No, discernment is like muscles. You got to go and build that thing up. You got to get in that Bible. You got to be around enough people. You got to go to have your circle right. You got to have and know and learn stuff, man. It ain't just going to pop up on you. The more knowledge you got, the better your discernment going to be, because when somebody come up to you, or when you come across a video of somebody talking something and it ain't in the Bible, your discernment going to slap, wait a minute, hold on. Something ain't right. You know what I'm talking about? Another story of faith, and we are talking about why we created this chapter called Faith Over Feelings. This is the first chapter of our project that we're dropping called Anchor, and we're telling this story in music and using cover arts and music to tell this story. And I'm excited about it. I feel like I got something good. My mom excited about it. You know, my daughter, you know, I sit here and I write and mix and master the songs, and my little 3-year-old, she sit here and sing the song. So, you know, I pray over this stuff before I write it, before I record it, and all of that stuff to make sure it's coming from God and not me. It's not about me. It's about the message and God reaching his people that he trying to reach through the message that I'm giving. That's why he called me John the Fisherman, because I'm fishing. You see? You see? I'm fishing. I'm bringing more and more people, more and more souls back to God. And if I have to create music, something that y'all like, if I have to do designs, if I have to do photography, whatever God got me to use my art for, because he got me, I'm very creative. So whatever he got me to use my art for, I'm going to be a fisherman, and I'm going to use that to bring souls back to him. So, to continue our project, the bigger project is called Anchor. That'll be an EP on iTunes, Spotify. But recently we started out with chapter 1, and we dropped that on my website, exclusively on the website. That's it. We don't own the beat to the first chapter. The first song beat was done by Lifty Hayes. So we don't own the beat. We just had permission to do just something off it and put it on the website. That's it. So we're not trying to sell it. We're not trying to make money from it. Give credit to Lifty Hayes. Now back to the faith story. Another faith story we was doing, going through why we chose faith over feelings, because faith is such an important part on just believing in God. Man, you gotta have faith. He requires faith. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. You see what I'm saying? So let's continue. Verse 8. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should by faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in the tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the hearers with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which hath foundations, whose builder and maker is God. He had faith. So if we go through Hebrews chapter 11, you will see a lot of stories about people in the Bible that had faith. And that's why I chose that chapter to represent for the start of this story, because the start of the story the start of the story, Faith Over Feelings, if you look at the cover, it's basically me being a lukewarm Christian. So I'm acknowledging that I'm lukewarm, and I'm noticing that I'm chasing something that possibly is not of God, and possibly God don't want me to chase. And I've been fighting it for years, and I'm starting to notice it, and now I'm starting to make the changes towards that. So that's what Faith Over Feelings is about. That's the first chapter. And like I said, we're going to put out some type of schedule so the people that just now tuning in and that just now come, if they come in late, we'll have the, where we at, so y'all can see. So you can go back to this one, you can go back to that one, or you can go back to the beginning, you can start over and catch up where we at. But we want to be able to tell the story so you can see the testimony, you can get inspired, and mostly of all, you can follow God. You can have that faith to continue to follow God, and strengthen your faith, man. Believe if He can do it with me, He can do it with you. It's simple as that. So that was just a little bit that we want to share about our first chapter of our upcoming project called Anchor. And the first chapter is Faith Over Feelings, and that is about acknowledgement that being a lukewarm Christian and making those changes to not be a lukewarm Christian. So, thinking that we were living right, doing stuff, but it was still some stuff we was holding on to, still some stuff that we wasn't aware of that we was doing that was still keeping us in that rat race or keeping us down that dark road. So we appreciate everybody for supporting. Definitely, if you've been watching the video for this long, man, thank you. Make sure you go and download Faith Over Feelings for free, because it is for free. We ain't trying to make no money off it. Now the next couple of chapters will be on the EP, and that will be on iTunes and Spotify as well. So that one you will have to get on iTunes and Spotify, but we will come back with a date so y'all will be updated. But thank y'all. When y'all download Faith Over Feelings, you also will get a free such and such and such. I'm not going to tell you, but it is something else that you will also get for free once you download that. So thank y'all. Thank you for watching for this long. Stay focused on God. Hebrews 11:1. Go read that. Hebrews 11. Go read that whole thing. It tells you all about the stories, all about the different stories of faith in the Bible. It got all of them, from Moses to the ones that we just shared with you as well. So thank y'all. My name is John, the Fisherman, and it was great to talk to you. Subscribe, follow for more, and make sure you support. We just here trying to spread the gospel. We ain't nobody perfect. We students of God. We continue to learn, and we just trying to find our village. At the end of the day, we just spreading the gospel, trying to be good people, trying to be good disciples of God. So God bless you. Stay prayed up. Stay blessed. Most of all, keep your faith. Where's my coffee cup?